The engines on the island of Sodor keep very busy. There are always lots of jobs to do. One morning, Sir Topham Hatt came to Tidmouth Sheds. "A new engine has arrived on the island," he announced. "His name is Neville. You must all make him feel welcome. A happy engine is a useful engine." Later, Percy was stopped at a signal. The signalman called down to him. "The bridge ahead is unsafe. Percy, you are to go to the docks to collect some iron so that the bridge can be repaired." "Yes, sir," huffed Percy. "You must also warn the other engines not to cross the bridge until it's repaired," added the signalman. At the docks, Harry and Bert were with Neville, the new engine. Neville was a steam engine, but he had a square body like a diesel. Harry and Bert were feeling naughty. "We'll help you shunt those trucks," they said, and they pushed Neville hard into the trucks. The diesels laughed. Neville looked sad. "It's not our fault you're such a square steamer," oiled Bert, and they laughed even harder. When Percy arrived at the docks, he could see Harry and Bert laughing at Neville. "That must be the new engine," Percy thought. "The diesels are being mean to him." Percy wanted to help the new engine, so he made a plan. He rolled up behind Harry and Bert, took an extra big puff, and blew his whistle as loudly as he could. Harry and Bert were surprised. "Leave him alone," peeped Percy. Harry and Bert were cross, and they dieseled away. Percy puffed up to Neville. "I'm sorry about those diesels," he said. "They can be very devious." "It's all right," sighed Neville. "It's nothing I'm not used to." Percy was puzzled. "What do you mean?" he asked. "The engines on my old railway like to tease me because of my square shape," said Neville sadly. "They always called me names like Ugly Duckling, Coffee Pot, and Frankenstein." Percy felt sorry for the new engine. He wanted to cheer him up. "A happy engine is a useful engine," he puffed to himself. "You know, when I first arrived on the island, the engines made fun of how I looked. They said I looked like a green caterpillar with red stripes." "Did that upset you?" asked Neville. "Sometimes," replied Percy. "But then I learned that it didn't matter what anyone else thought about me. What matters is that I'm really useful." Neville thought about this for a moment. "Why don't you collect Danny and Clarabelle?" suggested Percy. "I'm sure Thomas won't mind. He's at the works for repairs. I'll take your trucks for you." "Thank you," puffed Neville, and he puffed away. Later, Neville arrived at Knapford Station, pulling Annie and Clarabelle. "Hello," puffed Neville cheerfully. But the other engines didn't seem impressed. "This is the new engine?" huffed Emily. "It's no use trying to make friends with an ugly engine like him," snorted James. This made Neville feel sad, but then he remembered what Percy had said. "It doesn't matter what anyone else thinks of you. What matters is that you're really useful." And that made Neville feel better. Meanwhile, Percy was delivering Neville's trucks. Toby was surprised to see him. "I thought you were collecting iron for the bridge," he puffed. Percy gasped. He was so busy helping Neville that he had forgotten all about the bridge. Just then, the station master ran up. "Runaway train!" he cried. "Black steam engine with 2 coaches headed for the broken bridge!" "Oh no!" cried Percy. "Neville's in trouble! I must stop him!" Neville was speeding through the countryside. His brakes had jammed, and he couldn't stop. Suddenly, Neville saw a barrier on the track. His driver reduced his steam. But it was too late! Neville was in terrible trouble. He was on the broken end of the bridge. Percy steamed slowly and carefully onto the bridge. He gently bumped Clarabelle and was coupled up. Percy was very scared. Slowly and steadily he began to pull Neville back from the edge. The bridge made a creaking noise. Percy knew he must hurry. He pulled as hard as he could, and with one big puff, he pulled Neville's wheels off the bridge. Percy had done it! He had saved Neville, Annie, and Clarabelle! "Thank you," whistled Neville. "I should have warned you," puffed Percy, "and I should have collected the iron for the bridge instead of taking your trucks." "That's all right," said Neville. "You were just trying to help me, and you did." Percy gave Neville a long, friendly toot-toot. Neville was very happy. He knew he had a good friend in Percy.